Good day, my name's Bruce Williams, and I'd like to share our journey that we're going to be partaking in on May 1st of this year, leaving from Victoria, mile zero. We're going to spend 144 days going across Canada at 30 kilometers a day. When the League of Nations came to an end and the United Nations formed, the red race wasn't given a seat to sit in the United Nations. And there was a group of old people that went there, and they told them that in this time of day, each race of people has an element and a gift in this time. And that's really important that each race of people sits in the circle and shares their gifts. And they said that as long as when that doesn't happen, that they don't share their gifts, that all four races sit in the circle together, that in this day we won't have any peace, we won't have any contentment, things just won't go right because all peoples are not sitting in that circle. So for many years I've really thought about this a lot, and when 9/11 come, I told my wife, I said, I want to walk to New York and I want to share these teachings, that it's really important. What the old people told us is that we need to come back into a circle of one, that we all sit together. And then time went by and I never did it. And then 4 years ago, I kind of said, I'm done. And it's been hard ever since then that I haven't been sharing the teachings. I've traveled around a lot. I've done lots of ceremony. I've worked as a native elder for corrections. I did the healing sweats at the Elders Medicine Wheel Society in Mission, BC. And so it's been really hard for me the last 4 years. I realized I'm living in the city. I thought, oh, city life. It's that. And then I started realizing it's because I'm holding these things in and I need to share them. And so this winter I really focused a lot on who I am, because I'm 65 now, and in my journey it's my time. I've worked for my community, I've worked for my nation, I'm a great-grandfather, I've been a family man, and now it's time for me. And then I've really been working on myself a lot, forgiving everybody and being in the moment and not carrying the past with me anymore. And then I started realizing my really pain is coming from not sharing what I need to share. And before I can leave this world and feel free that I've done something, I need to share these teachings. So I decided to do this journey. And I just started really putting this out only 2 weeks ago, and it's amazing what's been happening. And so we got 4 circles at the top of our group that's called Circle the World as One in Ottawa. And we're going to arrive in Ottawa September 21st. And our vision is those 4 circles, the red, yellow, black, and white, are going to end up inside the circle when we get to Ottawa. We're going to spend 144 days traveling at 20 miles or 30 kilometers a day. And we're going to start in Victoria on May the 1st at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to start every day with a prayer, because it's really a good thing to do. I remember years ago when we started with a prayer every day, asking the Creator and the spirits above to guide us, to help us, to feed us. It was just amazing. Some days we'd wonder, oh, how are we going to do this? And we'd leave a village and somebody'd come up and they'd put a roll of some money in your pocket. And, whew, we were saved again. And actually even remember one time we were at Bella Coola, and it was going to Bella Coola, and it was in November, and it was snowing, and we were starving. We had no food, and all of a sudden we turned a corner, and a tow truck was just pulling this big truck away, and we looked in the ditch, and there in the ditch was a whole bunch of dried apricots and almonds and tons of food for like a month. It was just unbelievable. So I really feel blessed to be working for Spirit and being in the moment and following my heart. And I really, really feel this strong, strong urge to do this journey. And what I'm asking is for groups, organizations, societies, companies, unions, ethnic groups, from any walk of life in the world to come and join us, to send somebody. It's all about, because if we just had we're going to have a circle at the end of every day where people sit in the circle and share their truth. It's not about blaming anybody else or pointing fingers at anybody else, because if you point one finger at somebody else, you're pointing three back at yourself. This is about speaking your truth. And the world would like to hear your truth. Because like there's a lot of people in the world, we just hear it from newspapers or whatever. We really don't know what the real people of like Afghanistan or Tibet or all around the world. That's why we'd like people to come and join our circle. And as we travel for those 144 days, that at the end of every day, when we come to a community, we're really praying and putting that energy out there. Every 30 kilometers that a community will get in touch with us and say, hey, we'd like to share with the rest of the world what's happening in our community. So there'd be 144 communities as we travel that could sit in the evening in our circle and talk to the world about what they're going through as a community, what they're experiencing in their lives today, and what their needs are, and what their truths are. So as we journey, that would be broadcasted every night. And usually in a circle, when we sit in a circle, there's medicines, feathers, pipes, and it's not allowed to be filmed. But what I'd like to do is that this circle, it's not going to have that. It's not going to have no medicines, no pipes, and that it's going to be filmed every day and recorded every evening to the world via social media, like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, that the whole world is following our journey and understanding everyone's heartfelt truths of who they are as a person, what they're feeling, what's bothering them, what's hurting them, what they need as a community. Come unity. What our vision is, what we'd like is that as we journey for 144 days, we're thinking, I get feedback, boy, that's a long time. But an old guy like me can do that because I'm retired now, so I can take that time. But for example, say, I'll just use an example because I'm an old dairy farmer. And I hear what the farmers are talking about across Canada. So say if on Vancouver Island here, the farmers group, they come to us and say, oh, we'd love to travel with you from Victoria to Tawasin and sit in your circle. And they send a representative along with our group to follow us, to walk with us, or cycle, or drive a car or a truck. I'm going to be driving a truck and a trailer all the way, and I got my big dog, and some days he'll be walking with me, or, you know, 20 miles a day. We can do it any way we can, and that's one of the reasons we're doing 30 kilometers a day, is that it allows people to walk. If people are environmentalists and they don't like burning gas, they can walk or ride a bike, even skateboard or roller skate. There's many different ways that we can do this. So that group, they could follow us come along with us for a couple of days, share their stories of what's happening in their area, of their farming community, or their nurses, or their fishermen, or all different walks of life across our country or the world, what they're going through in their communities. And then, like, we leave here on May 1st, for example, and then we get to Chilliwack on, it's either May 4th or 5th. Then that group, another representative from that area, could come with us for a few days. And that way the world hears each step of our journey, of where that group is coming from. And then by the time we get to Ottawa, and why we've chosen Ottawa, I was thinking, all our leaders are there, and the ambassadors of every country in the world are in Ottawa. So it just makes sense that if we get there and we can have a representative from each one of those groups sit in that circle, and we're going to invite. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. But we've done a lot so far, but we need to organize. We need letters sent and inviting all those ambassadors, inviting all the leaders, inviting every community, 104. There's a lot of work. We need as much help as we can get. So anybody out there that wants to help, we'll take your help, because we sure need it. So when we get to Ottawa, each group, say for example, if the fishermen out here, as we go, or as we travel, they would talk amongst themselves and say, okay, we would like Bill Henry to represent our group when we get to Ottawa. Otherwise, there'd just be too many people. It'd be too huge. So we're encouraging that that's how this is going to work, that everybody is going to be sponsored, and it doesn't leave out the individual. If the individual feels he really has a story that he wants the world to know his truth or her truth, I encourage them to try to find a sponsor, or just join us, because there'll be circles. There'll be always a circle that everybody can sit in somehow as we journey and get to know one another. One of the reasons that I really had a hard time with the job I did over the years was as a counselor, and I counseled hundreds and hundreds of people, and I started understanding that one of the things that we've done in this society is people put their traumas onto their young people. And what is happening now, there is so many young people around that have 3, 4 generations of things, traumas that have been put onto them, and they weren't even there. And they're carrying this every day, and it's destroying them. And I'm really encouraging people as they journey to live in the now, to be here today in this moment, and not carry the past with you anymore. Because it's really important if you really think about how we affect our young people in this society. And this journey is all about our children, bringing all the children of the world into this circle, that we can focus on helping our children around the world, that they have a better future, because it's sure not looking good with all these wars. And war isn't the answer. Blood gets blood. We need to have peace. We need to have love. And that's what this circle is all about, is speaking your truth and letting go of those pasts that have weighed us down for generations and generations. Let's be in the moment and think of today. We're really hoping to be full moon at Sardis, and we're hoping that we're going to stay at the, I used to be a coordinator there. It's called Skemquish Medicine Lodge Society. So if they host us as we're journeying through there, on our whole chart, it's going to come up instead of, you know, just Chilliwack or Sardis. It'll say on our journey, on our whole plan, it'll say Sardust, Skemquish Medicine Lodge Society. And somebody from that society can sit in the circle. So their name is out there all the time for the 144 days and all of the networking we're doing. And believe me, today, I got over 100, and it's not even, I don't know what time it is right now, maybe 2 o'clock. I had 100 emails already. I usually only get 1 or 2 a day, and it's just really, and I think, yeah, over 150 people joined our group today, and it's just on Facebook. So it's really happening. It's a very exciting concept, I think, to really hear the people of the world in this format of a circle, because sitting in a circle really brings the truth out. You really feel people's heartfelt feelings. And I just really encourage everybody to come on to Facebook, look at our group, Circle Our World as One in Ottawa, September 21st. It's on Facebook. And we have a group page and an event page. I thank you for your time, and I just pray that everybody is safe today, and that everybody is going to eat today. And now I'm done.